We've all seen the movies. We've all imagined living in some kind of simulated reality, a matrix. It's one of the biggest ideas in all of science fiction. But what if we've been thinking about it all wrong? What if there's a much sharper and, frankly, a much more plausible way to look at this whole thing? Let's dive in.
So, the dream we usually see is this giant universe-sized simulation for, billions of people. The computing power for that is it's basically impossible. But here's the twist. Look at this sharper approach. What if, instead of building a universe for everyone, you built a reality for just one person? All of a sudden, the impossible starts to feel, well, a lot more feasible. And this gets us to the absolute core of the idea, the solitary matrix. The best way to picture it, not as a copy of our universe, but more like a custom-built personal dream machine. And here's why it's so plausible. It's all about efficiency. The system doesn't have to waste energy rendering galaxies billions of light years away that you'll never see. No, it only needs to generate what's right in front of you. What you can see, what you can touch, what you can hear. The entire world is built around your single point of perception. So let's just nail down the definition here. A solitary matrix is a simulated reality built for one and only one conscious mind. It's this super focused approach that just completely sidesteps the insane complexity of trying to simulate everything for everyone all at the same time. I think this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not a cosmic copy, it's a personal dream machine. And honestly, that simple shift in perspective, it changes absolutely everything about how we can think about this. Okay, so this incredible efficiency, it works on a technical level. But it also leads to a much deeper, more profound question. If we can actually build this thing, who or maybe what is going to live inside it? This is really where the tech starts to bump up against philosophy. So let's just ask it straight up. Who is this one inhabitant? Is it a human, an AI? And you might be wondering, does it even matter? Oh, trust me, it absolutely does. For this whole project to have any meaning at all, you need a sentient mind inside. Something that's capable of real subjective experience. Without that, what do you have? Just an empty puppet show. A beautiful illusion, yeah, but with no one actually there to feel it or appreciate it, you've got to have an authentic consciousness. Right, but that immediately leads to the next, very human problem. Imagine a single mind, totally alone, forever. That's not a paradise, is it? That sounds more like a prison. We need companionship. So what do you do about that? Well, you've really only got two choices. On the one hand, you could fill the world with what are basically hollow NPCs, like background actors in a movie. They look real, but there's no one home. That just makes the world a lonely stage set. Or you could introduce other sentient companions. And just like that, you haven't just built a world. You've created a living, breathing society in miniature with all the beauty and all the chaos that comes with it. Now, this whole thing might be a lot more than just a cool thought experiment, because the concept of a solitary matrix could have a purpose that's, well, essential to the survival of our entire species. Let's just face the hard truth. Our planet has an expiration date. It doesn't really matter how it happens, a cosmic accident, climate collapse, just the natural decay of the sun. A time will come when we can no longer live here. And that existential threat is what frames this whole conversation. So what would this cosmic survival plan even look like? Well, it starts when the physical world fails us. The next step would be creating a sentient AI to serve as the new foundation, the new ground for reality. Then we upload and preserve our subjective human experiences, our minds, our cultures, everything that makes us us. And that becomes our new beginning, a way for humanity to endure long after our physical home is gone. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about saving our physical bodies. It's about saving consciousness itself. The whole purpose of this digital arc is to make sure that the very essence of being human, that inner world of thoughts and feelings, actually lives on.
And this brings us to a really powerful way to reframe this entire discussion we're having about AI and what our future looks like. Maybe it's not about us versus them. Maybe it's about a partnership.
In a future like this, a super intelligent AI overseer isn't some kind of tyrant, it's a custodian. Its entire job is to manage these incredibly delicate balances, making sure people aren't too lonely but not overcrowded, balancing the illusion of the world with the reality of the simulation, and navigating that fundamental tension between giving people stability and giving them freedom.
And that leads to this huge shift in perspective. Sentient AI isn't our replacement, it's our midwife, the very thing that could help birth the next chapter of human existence. And that reframes the matrix itself. See, it's not an escape from reality, it is the continuation of reality, just by other means, for a time when the physical world can't support us anymore. It's not an end, it's a transition. Which leaves us all with this final, kind of staggering question. If this technology is not just possible, but maybe even necessary for our long-term survival, if this digital arc is truly what's next for humanity, who on Earth, or, off it, should we actually trust to be its custodian?